Here's something that took me a while to really understand. Spending more money on clothes doesn't automatically make you look better. You can put on a quality shirt, a nice pair of shoes, a solid watch, and still walk out the door looking like something's slightly off. Like the outfit isn't quite adding up to what it should. If you're a man over 45 who pays attention to how you present yourself, not for some big occasion, just in regular life, you've probably felt that at some point. You're putting in the effort, making real choices, and the result still isn't landing the way you want it to. Almost every time I see that happen, it comes down to one of the same 10 things. Not big dramatic errors, small ones, easy to miss. But once you know what they are, they're also pretty easy to fix. Most of them don't cost anything. I'll get through all 10 today, and I want to flag number 7 specifically. I'll come back to why when we get there, but it's the one that surprises guys the most, especially guys who genuinely think they got their style dialed in. Let's start at the beginning. Mistake #1. Wearing clothes that don't fit your body. After 45, most guys go one of two directions with fit. They size up to hide the stomach, baggy shirt, loose jeans, roomy jacket. Or they size down to look younger, shirt pulling across the chest, pants straining at the thighs. Both are mistakes, and both make you look worse than a properly fitted piece would. When a shirt is too big, the shoulders drop, the torso looks heavy, the whole silhouette collapses. When it's too tight, you draw attention to exactly the areas you were trying to cover. The right men's style over 45 starts with fit. Shoulders sitting at the edge of your shoulder, sleeves ending at mid-bicep on a polo, shirt body following your shape without squeezing it. A navy polo that fits correctly with dark, straight-leg jeans and brown loafers. That combination costs very little, and it consistently looks sharper than expensive clothes in the wrong size. Expensive clothes in the wrong size still look cheap. Basic clothes in the right size look like you know what you're doing. Mistake #2. Wearing fabric that doesn't hold its shape. Some fabrics look fine on a hanger. 20 minutes after you put them on, they've wrinkled, gone sheer, or started clinging. For men over 45, fabric choice matters more than most realize. Thin or cheap materials do two things you don't want. They reveal the shape of your body, and they signal low quality before anyone looks at anything else. The fabrics that consistently work. Cotton peak for polos, Oxford cotton for shirts, structured chino fabric for trousers, merino wool for sweaters, mid-weight denim that keeps its shape. These are the materials that define classic men's fashion for older men. They drape well, wear well, and hold their structure all day. What to avoid? Anything that shines under light when it shouldn't. Polyester-heavy shirt blends, thin jersey that pulls at the midsection, knits that lose their shape after a few washes. Good fabric doesn't need to announce itself. It just needs to fall well, hold its shape, and make you look put together without effort. If this is useful so far, a like takes 1 second, and it helps more men in their 40s and 50s find this kind of content. Mistake #3. Wearing shoes that haven't been taken care of. People notice shoes, scuffed leather, a creased toe box that's never been conditioned, dirty soles, a heel worn down to nothing. These details quietly pull down an otherwise solid outfit. A man's shoe care routine is one of the most overlooked parts of dressing well after 40. The maintenance is simple. Wipe shoes down after wearing, condition leather a few times a year, use a shoe tree for dress shoes, replace laces when they look worn. Don't rotate the same pair every day. Let them rest. 3 pairs cover almost everything for men over 45. A clean minimalist leather sneaker in white or gray, a pair of brown loafers, and a Chelsea boot or chukka in dark brown. Well maintained, these 3 pairs carry you further than 10 pairs in poor condition. A clean, well-kept shoe makes a simple outfit look expensive. A beat-up shoe makes an expensive outfit look careless. Mistake #4. Letting the logo do all the talking. There's nothing wrong with wearing brands. The issue is when the brand becomes the whole outfit. Large logos across the chest, names printed down the sleeve, initials covering a shirt. Past 45, this reads as trying too hard. It draws attention to the label, not to you. The men who consistently look the most polished are wearing clothes where you notice the person first, not the label. The sophistication comes through in the fabric, the fit, the color combination, not the branding. Shift towards solid colors and minimal or no logo placement. A forest green polo with no logo, stone chinos, brown loafers. That outfit communicates more taste than any heavily branded piece. Timeless style for men over 45 is almost always quiet. After 45, sophistication lives in restraint. The less you shout, the more people pay attention. Mistake #5. Choosing colors that work against you. Color is one of the fastest ways to either elevate or undermine an outfit. Neon orange, electric blue, highlighter yellow. These are high-energy colors that rarely serve men over 45 well. They overwhelm the face and make the look feel like it's reaching for something. Build your wardrobe around colors with depth. Navy, charcoal, white, cream, olive, forest green, burgundy, camel, dark denim, stone. These are the neutral and muted tones that define smart, casual style for men in their 40s and 50s. They photograph well, age well, and pair effortlessly. If you want personality, choose the toned-down version. Burgundy instead of bright red, forest green instead of lime, cream instead of stark white. A burgundy polo with stone chinos and a brown belt. An olive overshirt over white with dark jeans. These combinations are simple and consistently sharp. The right colors make you look calm and intentional. The wrong ones make a quality outfit look unplanned. Drop a comment. Which of these 5 mistakes do you think is the most common? I read everything, and your answer might shape the next video. Mistake #6. A collar that's lost its shape. Small mistake? Surprisingly damaging. A polo collar that's gone soft, curling outward, folding unevenly, sitting flat, immediately signals that the shirt has been worn too many times without care, or that the quality wasn't there to begin with. Even on a more expensive polo, a collapsed collar undermines everything. When choosing a polo, look for a ribbed collar with enough substance to hold its shape through the day. Wash carefully. High heat in the dryer pulls collars out of shape fast. Air dry when possible, or give the collar a light steam before wearing. For dress shirts, collar structure matters just as much. A soft, floppy collar under a blazer looks unfinished. People may not know what your shirt cost, but they'll notice in a few seconds whether the collar looks cared for. Mistake #7. Pants that are too long. This is the one I mentioned at the start. Look down at the pants you're wearing right now. There's a real chance this applies to you. When trousers, jeans, or chinos are too long, the fabric stacks at the ankle. It creates a heavy, bunched look that shortens the leg and makes the entire silhouette look sloppy. It doesn't matter if those pants cost $200. If they're pooling at your feet, they don't look like it. For jeans and chinos, the fabric should just graze the top of your shoe. The slightest break, nothing dramatic. For dress trousers or smart casual pants, a clean no break or very slight break is the most polished option. If the pants are the right cut but the wrong length, take them to a tailor. Hemming costs almost nothing, and it immediately changes how your whole outfit reads. Proper trouser length is one of the most impactful and most ignored elements of men's style over 40. It costs nothing to fix. There's no reason not to. The right hem length makes you look taller, leaner, and put together. That one adjustment is worth more than buying a new pair of pants. Mistake #8. Belt and shoes that don't speak the same language. You don't need to match your belt to your shoes to the exact shade. But when they're clearly telling different stories, a casual woven belt with formal leather shoes, a black belt with warm brown loafers, a thick buckle with slim trousers, it creates a disconnect that people sense even if they can't name it. The guideline is simple. Brown shoes with a brown belt in the same tonal family. Black shoes with a black belt. For casual outfits, a leather or suede belt in a neutral shade works broadly. Keep the scale in proportion. Slim trousers pair better with a slim belt. A chunky buckle reads as too much in most contexts. 2. These are small decisions, but they separate an outfit that looks considered from one that just looks like clothes. Real sophistication is when all the details are speaking the same language, even the ones most people don't consciously notice. If you're finding this useful, subscribe. This channel is built specifically around practical style for men over 45. New video every week. Mistake #9. Chasing trends that aren't built for you. Men over 45 can absolutely wear modern clothes. The problem is chasing trends designed for a different body type and a different stage of life. Super skinny jeans, oversized hoodies to the knees, chunky platform sneakers, heavy graphic tees with distressed denim. These can work in the right context, on the right person. Past 45, they usually create a disconnect between the clothes and the man wearing them. And that disconnect is exactly what makes someone look like they're trying too hard. The alternative isn't boring, it's more considered. Slim straight jeans instead of skinny, a well-cut knitwear piece instead of an oversized hoodie, a clean leather sneaker instead of a chunky shoe, dark wash denim without distressing.
These are the updated classics that define mature men's fashion, current enough to feel modern, grounded enough to look intentional. You're not avoiding what's current, you're choosing the version of it that works for who you are right now. Style after 45 isn't about avoiding what's current, it's about wearing it on your own terms, so it looks like a choice, not a compromise.
Mistake #10, buying good clothes and then not taking care of them. A lot of guys make real, thoughtful investments in their wardrobe. Good jeans, a couple of solid polos, a decent blazer. And then the clothes just get lived in, washed on the wrong setting, hung the wrong way, left wrinkled in a drawer, pulled out when needed. Slowly, those pieces start looking worn out and low quality. Not because they are, because they haven't been looked after. The maintenance habits that actually make a difference are genuinely straightforward. Wash jeans only when they need it, not on a schedule. Keep a lint roller around and use it on dark knitwear and jackets before you leave the house. Hang your blazer on a shaped hanger, not over the back of a chair. Fold sweaters instead of hanging them. Hanging stretches the shoulders out over time and ruins the fit. Give leather shoes a condition and a polish a few times a year. Replace worn-down heels before they affect the way you walk. None of this takes long, but the difference between clothes that hold up and clothes that age fast, it's almost entirely in these habits. Buying something well-made is step one. Taking care of it is what makes it keep looking that way 6 months from now. So that's all 10. Fit, fabric, shoes, logos, color, collar, trouser length, belt and shoe coherence, trend awareness, and maintenance. 10 things. Most of them fixable today, with what you already own, without spending a dollar. The thing that connects all of them is that looking sharp after 45 isn't really about acquiring more. It's about getting more out of what you already have. Paying attention to the details that are easy to miss. That's where the difference actually lives. After 45, the goal isn't to look like you're working at it. It's to look like a guy who's figured some things out and carries himself accordingly. That kind of ease, that's what actually gets noticed. Not the brand, not the price tag. The overall impression that everything is where it's supposed to be. If you want to keep building on that intro, subscribe. I put out videos every week, all of it built around practical style for men over 45. And if something in this video clicked for you, I'd genuinely like to know which one. Leave it in the comments. 9 times out of 10, those comments become the next video. Thanks for watching. See you next week.